Niaje. It's week 3 of cake, man. You know what that means? Take over. You will never guess what kind of cake we are making today. Is it a zucchini cake? As you can tell, we shall be making carrot cake. This is without a doubt one of the simplest cakes to make. Once you've grated the carrots, it's just start and go. It is my favorite currently. It is my favorite cake to both make and eat. It is amazing. If you love spices, this is definitely the cake for you, and it is quite moist. Habasi, situ pike cake. We have our ingredients: carrots, mixed peel, red sultanas, an assortment of spices, which is cinnamon, ginger, mixed spice, cardamom, nutmeg. This is flour, baking soda, salt, sugar, vegetable oil, and a cup of mala or fermented milk. So we'll start with mixing the wet ingredients. Start with the carrots, then sugar, then sultanas, then our mixed peel. We're going to start this mixture and let it sit on the side. So I usually sift my spices and flour, because normally with the spices you find that there are some sediments that get left behind once you sift. You necessarily do not have to, but I prefer to have my cake without them, as you can see, and it does make a difference. Next, we're going to combine our liquid ingredients. Start with the eggs. At this stage is where you add the vanilla essence to the eggs. About a teaspoon is okay. We're going to lightly whisk our eggs. After whisking, we add the oil. We combine slightly. Then we add the fermented milk. And then we're going to add this mixture to our sugar and carrot mixture that we had setting aside. We had set it aside so the sugar and the carrots can set aside, and the sugar can draw some of the carrots moisture out. We combine. Once combined, we add our sifted flour and spice mixture. Just combine. You don't have to fold it in. You just mix until all the flour disappears. The flour has disappeared. We're now going to put this in 3 separate tins and bake. I'm going to be using 7-inch tins, and I usually don't grease the tins. I just use a greaseproof paper round that I'm going to place on the bottom. Place it on the scale, and I usually use the scale so that I make sure all the layers are equal or close to, so that when they bake evenly. I'm going to put 500 grams. as I do this, the oven has been preheating at 180 degrees Celsius, and I had put the oven to preheat as soon as I started making the cake batter, so that once I'm done putting the cake batter in the tins, I can start baking immediately. I feel if I let it bake like this, it will take the shape of the initial cake batter. So I try as much as possible to get a flat surface. I do this for all the cakes. Let's put them in the oven. To be baking these for 45 to an hour, or until the center springs back. The center springs back when pressed lightly, gently, or if you insert a skewer and it comes out clean. So you're going to take these out. If you press on the center and it comes back, springs back, it's done. The cakes, natumia spatula. So you can use a spatula to take them out. So once you run your spatula around, you tap the sides of the cake vigorously, and then just flip it on your hand like so. There you have it. So we're going to wait until our cakes are completely cooled, and then we're going to frost them. Can you see the peak? Check your peak. Check your peak. Oof. Now that's what I call frosting. So now we assemble the cake. Normally I use chocolate, melted chocolate, to adhere the base level to the board. Cool. So once we place that, so before I finish this cake off, I'm going to put it in the fridge, let it set a bit, as the cream cheese frosting usually is quite light and is not as stable. I'm going to let it set in the fridge just a bit for this final bit. I'm going to add the coconut shaving, the desiccated coconut, toasted desiccated coconut on the sides. Then we add our walnuts. So we're going to add our walnuts at the edge. I'm going to put the cake in the fridge one last time to set, and then once it's set, you can cut and enjoy. I've run this knife under hot water, then I've cleaned it. There you have slice carrot cake. Here we have the Murimi carrot cake in its natural habitat. And there you have it. What more is there to say? The recipe is in the description below. Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we do it.